Break out the cold milk this summer. Kellogg's is bringing back the competitor of the Oreo. Yes, the Hydrox cookie. You might think the world only really needs one cookie like that, 2 chocolate wafers with vanilla cream in the middle, and that Oreo had cornered the market. But no, Hydrox was taken off the market back in 2003. And since then, people going through cookie withdrawals have signed petitions, made phone calls, and launched an online campaign. So Kellogg's, bowing to the will of the people, is bringing it back for a limited time to celebrate the cookie's 100th anniversary. Various theories persist about why Oreo won the cookie war, even though Hydrox was invented first. Most agree that the name wasn't tasty and that Oreo outspent them in advertising. In business, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. But Hydrox lovers, take heart. This summer, you can have your cookie and eat it too.
Number 11 is The Killer Resurrects. So at some point they're taken down, and
you
guess who's back?
Suspect that they're dead.
Back again. Murder's back. Stab a friend.
Number 12, which I think is an entire podcast genre unto itself, which is The Final Girl.
Yeah, usually with an androgynous name, to my recollection.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So Jaws is a serial killer.
What the hell?
Yes.
I think he does follow in that, and he could follow into that. Yeah.
Because a lot of these hit on Jaws. Not the original. That's a classic and and the best movie and a fantastic film, and I won't hear anything of it. But once we go to the sequels,
well, doesn't
part
qualify
4
for the first
literally
one?
Jaws follows them. I mean, part 4 Jaws literally follows them to the Caribbean. So
who is it?
Mrs. Robin,
Who is it?
plumber.
Plumber? I didn't ask for a plumber. Who is it?
Telegram.
Oh, telegram. Just a moment.
Well, there's always an inlet or a fjord.
you left the harbor.
13 is a killer ending. So I guess with the killer probably being resurrected, which falls into the number 11, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, so I fall a little short on Carrie because I just don't feel like she has a sequel in most slashers. And this is probably just for my own.
Well, I think we all agree that she wasn't a slasher.
Yeah, and so it's like that's where she.
She had a mass killing, but
yeah, and she'd probably slash people with things with moving them around. But I think part of
she
just
head, burn everybody.
No, they're like she was like it wasn't like
I think she slashed her mom.
She drowns them. She electrocutes them. She stabs them. She lights them on
stabbing
fire.
and slashing. That's very.
No,
who did she stab?
I don't remember.
She stabbed her mom. I think she locked the door.
Oh yeah, no, she stabbed the shit out of her mom.
Yeah.
She crucified her mom with knives.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty stabby.
Yeah. But most of the people she killed by fire.
Well, yeah. Easiest when you're trying to murder a lot of people at a prom and it's all paper decorations everywhere.
Well, that I think that's where she also kind of loses, or I guess misses the character split up.
I know, but I think, okay, fair. I think we have all agreed Carrie, not a slasher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unlike the 10 greatest slasher movie examples.
Oh, please.
Yeah, you can start breaking that down.
So we've got number 1, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. Yes. That's on there.
He slashes.
Yeah,
there's a lot of slashing.
I mean, we did our clarify that Psycho was before this, and we think we all agree that Psycho counts. So
Psycho's canon, yeah.
Yeah.
Psycho is canon. Psycho is life canon.
Dumio's got number 2.
I'll let Pat take that one at Halloween.
Wait, which was?
Well, you just said it, so you kind of you said the number and you said the name, so you kind of just.
I just took it from him.
Yeah.
Take
Then
that, bitch.
you enjoy that. I don't
Nah,
even know
you
what
can-
I'm supposed to be looking at.
We put it in the chat. That's why I thought he was going to jump on it. And
Oh,
we'll just do it.
I have many things
What
open.
are we
My
about?
talking
apologies.
Gotcha.
Come on, man.
Give me a second.
man.
Stall.
So you know what I think?
Oh, I see.
Come
I
on,
see.
man.
Just
what
say
it
it
is
slower,
now.
Ken. Slower.
Slower.
What do you think?
Yeah, Ken.
I think
What
that
do
it's
you
a
think?
little foreboding that both of you, when Pat was doing his dance earlier, both of you have doorways in which someone could come from behind, and in the middle of this, like that closet could open up, and Kareem could just be enveloped by
Yeah,
a shape, and
that's what makes it scary.
yeah,
I mean-
and it's the same thing for Pat. I was just like,
That would suck for us, but it'd make for some damn good content.
Yeah.
would be the new serial.
Exactly. And like the first
I
season,
was
not
gonna
like
say
the
it.
second season with the fucking Clinton shit. Yes, number 2 is Halloween. We know Michael Myers is slasher. I think that's well defined. He's kind of the proverbial, like when you think of a slasher, you're either thinking Michael Myers or Jason.
Which is kind of what brought us down this entire road.
Yeah.
Which leads us to number 3 at Friday the 13th.
Which I
That
mean,
was-
that's. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, was there a specific? I mean, other than like Friday, the 13th being I guess a supposed scary date. Was there any reason that? I mean, like the campgrounds, it wasn't like he killed everyone on that Friday, right? Wouldn't have everyone gotten there?
Oh,
that
like
day,
they get there
like-
the day after, and they're like, oh, it's. Or I thought you were just trying to say like, because I actually just recently heard something that Friday the 13th was actually a good holiday in a different religion, and then the Christians, like they always do, are like, oh, we don't like that religion having a happy day, so we're gonna say Friday the 13th is an evil day. That's the
Yeah,
origin of
I
Friday
could
the
see
13th.
that.
That sounds 100%. Yep.
Yeah.
Or isn't it in the Japanese cultures though that they don't like the number 13 either though?
I'm
I
not
don't know.
sure, but I just know that
They build
I'm not
hotel
surprised
rooms
if
and buildings without the 13th floor and stuff.
Well,
like
I know
that.
we do that because we're dumb as bricks.
Come on, 13 is an unlucky number somehow.
we're a superstitious, cowardly lot.
I don't disagree with that. But I wonder what. Let's see, what was the significance of the 13th?
In the movie, I just think that
Yeah.
I don't know,
I think it might have happened on Friday the 13th or
Like the whole killing of everybody.
and it
Maybe.
happened this same day.
God damn it, the
13
Yelper's
years
back.
ago.
I feel like that's literally exactly, yeah.
I'm
Also-
surprised the police haven't been like, we're gonna bring you in because you know an awful lot about this.
You seem to have like he's like, I've started a wiki. You hear? I've got it up. Check my
Sir,
blog.
How exactly
Sir,
do you know
just-
about all this?
You wrote in your own feces on paper. That's not a blog, sir.
Don't tell me what to do, you whippersnapper.
You want the information or not?
If it's a whooping you be wanting.
I got reams of it.
God.
Friday the 13th is probably the slowest of all the movies on this list, by the way. That
What do you
movie
mean by
is
slowest? Like as far as build up? and killing?
pacing. It is just.
You mean the
we're still
original?
going. Yeah.
Because I mean, like he gets into killing pretty quickly in the sequels.
No. The original. It's just
Yeah.
like, I mean, there's a
That's a
couple
little old
kills,
woman.
but
What do you expect? Like she's just trying to
Avenge her son.
barely getting around. Yeah.
Oh, my hip. I need
Although-
to take a break. Why'd I gotta do this on the 13th?
Although I mean, if it's that slow, you're starting to. She's definitely getting tear a rotator cuff or something like that. She's like, no, I don't want to overdo it.
I mean, she was a pretty young mom though, wasn't she?
At the time, but she was. I mean,
It's like
Well, I mean,
20 years after. Yeah.
also here's the weird thing too. Like we have very different ideas of what old is than we did then. But I mean, that's also from
I mean,
our
she was like,
positions now.
I'm just saying she was.
Yeah.
I mean, I
like she's
thought
so
when-
old. She's like 50. Like how could you even be 50 and still walking around?
No, I'm saying I feel like she
And
was
now
like,
we're like, oh.
she was in her 40s killing people. Like I don't think she was suffering rotator cuff situations or
But she had that problem of like people in the 80s always looking older because of the environment and the lead in the air and everything,
and all the wars and the
Yeah. And Reaganomics.
trickle down death.
she's like, exactly.
I stab you and then you go stab him. It all works. Everyone dies at the end.
Ken, what's number 4?
Number 4,
The stylish killer.
Number 4.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Wait,
See, that's a good.
yeah, that's solid. By the way, so she was born in 1930s is when Pamela Voorhees was born.
Okay, so she was
So
old.
Jason dies in the 50s, and that's supposed to take place in like the 70s. So she's
Wait.
Mid-
If Jason dies, Jason's like also like a young teen. Like he's a tween.
So he does
He's
like
at the summer camp.
late
So
50s.
He's like 10 years old, isn't he?
he was like 13 or so, I thought. Or maybe even okay. So even if he's 10 and she was born in the 30s, then she had him when she was
15.
Yeah.
Something like
It's that does definitely adds a wait. In 1946, a 16-year-old Pamela learned that she was pregnant with her son.
There you go.
Okay, so then
War
by the time
baby.
so by the time that
is war baby or statutory rape.
when the killings start in the first movie, it's set in the 80s. So that means she's okay, so she's 50s ish.
Yeah. But she's been
Okay.
working out.
Yeah. And she's
Well,
you know
been-
she's
yeah. I mean, don't
she
most
power
people train
walks.
for stuff?
Oh shit. Jason's the one of the early boomers.
Here's a
Born
question.
46, man.
Here's a
there
question.
you go.
as
See,
we
silent
pause on-
generation.
As we pause on Nightmare on Elm Street, here's a question I always wanted to ask: how did Jason become so big if he died when he was 10?
Eating fish.
Okay,
Bucket of fish heads.
you
Just
had that one loaded, didn't you, Pat?
I just, you got to be prepared.
I'm just saying, how did he come out of the water, 30-year-old man?
It's because they're higher in omega-3 acids and fatty
Yeah.
acid stuff. So
He was dead.
was he though?
No, apparently not. But I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I
like,
mean, he was brought back.
at least
by
Michael
the
Myers
love
grew
of
up
his
to be the
mother.
killer that he was.
Okay, but how did
Freddy
Michael
died at
Myers
the
get
age-
that big? Like, when did they hey, you can't do push-ups. We're going to strap you down. No, we're not going to let you do any more push-ups.
Yeah,
man.
you can't keep
Fucking
letting.
huge.
Why do we give this little kid so much time in the yard? That's so weird.
I'm just saying, at least he
Why
got to
did-
grow
why
up
did
to
we give
become
him
a
an
man
anatomy
that
book?
kills. Even if he was a frail guy, Freddy died at his age. I'm just saying, Jason's the only one that doesn't make. All of them don't make sense, but he's the one particularly because he died at 10 or 11 or whatever.
He didn't die. He's still also supernatural powers. So
Yeah. Magic wizard shit.
yeah,
Well, again, supernatural.
a wizard did it.
Supernatural strength and powers is still a little different than him dying and then growing up to be a kid. Like, why doesn't he just keep aging?
Because
A wizard did it.
Yeah, magic power said stop. You stop here at about age 33 with fucking swole as shit.
Yeah.
And if a lot of these are revenge killings, did his mom get vengeance? So, like, what would be? Why do you imbue him with powers?
That's what we were saying earlier about the victims thing. Is like, oh, he was a victim, but also he's not killing the people who did him wrong because the mom already did that.
Yeah, he's
just
got like a
But I'm saying again,
Yeah, I'm sorry,
even
Ken, go
if
ahead.
that were the case, why doesn't the mom just keep coming back?
Her head was on the table.
doesn't
So-
look as
Well,
cool.
his head, yeah, he's been blown up. So I'm just saying,
I mean, has he?
yes.
I mean, yes, he has been blown up. a
Yeah,
couple
but then
times.
then somebody ate his heart. Anybody ate
Again,
his mom's
why
heart?
does any of this apply to her though? She's the killer.
Nobody ate his mom's heart.
she sacrificed. She did an evil ritual, and that it had to end with her getting her head cut off, and it would bring her son back to life because she knew all of this would happen.
Boom.
Fair enough. You were
It's
in the writer's room,
graphic
Pat.
novel. It's in the tie-in graphic novel. Don't worry about it.
The one that you're creating now.
Well,
No?
he could be referring to
You're just drawing
the-
stick figures in your bathroom.
Well, there is the graphic novel of Freddy versus Jason versus Ash, where it's Ash from Evil Dead. There is a graphic novel of that, and they do
I don't
have the
doubt that.
and I think the Necronomicon is in the second Friday the 13th.
Is it
It is. It's in one of
second
the
or
Friday the 13th.
third?
They purposely made
Yeah.
they purposely
Which
made
okay, that
connections.
makes a lot more sense then. Also, Ash just causes a lot of problems everywhere because I believe he's inadvertently responsible for Marvel zombies too. So
He's directly responsible.
Yeah.
Ash needs to like sit this one out.
Well, I guess technically he came back to warn everybody, and they didn't listen to him.
Yeah. He didn't seal the deal.
They didn't listen.
Yeah.
Basically. So yeah, we got Freddy at number 4,
4.
and
Which
he
I mean,
was
Freddy's his own podcast. that
why?
feels-
Why does I was going to say why doesn't he just like he doesn't get a revenge killing, does he?
I mean,
Well, yeah, because he's killing the kids of the
Parents
people-
who burned him because
parents
he
who
was
murdered him
Yeah.
because he was a
murdered
child
their
molester.
Other kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like
Well,
I guess
it's not
technically
justified revenge, but it's like
yeah.
it's like if essentially if I don't want to draw the parallels for the
Oh, too late.
molester.
You've already sided with the molester crowd.
Yeah, I'm not going down that.
I was trying to walk you
lane.
down that one. I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
kid, follow me. Ken's like, I don't know if I should be doing this. Keep stepping, keep walking.
Yeah.
Speaking of murdering children, number 5 is Child's Play.
Yeah, there you go. Good segue.
Although, you know what? He in his list of he's not a big in child killing though.
No.
Like in in multiple movies, he's killing adults.
He is, because he's trying to get at the kids.
in the way of Andy.
Right. And until even at the third one, he kills like a teen tween, like one
In the third one?
in the third one. Yeah, he throws. Spoilers for Child's Play 3. He throws a grenade, and one of the kids jumps on it to save
He didn't
everybody
kill
else.
that kid. He just threw the grenade in. The kid killed himself.
He did jump on it. Yeah, there's that.
No one
He
kills his
gone the
dumb
other
ass to
way.
sacrifice himself.
Exactly.
Captain fucking America over here.
Yeah, exactly. You ever
It
throw
worked out
yourself?
for his ass.
You ever throw yourself on the grenade? Well, yeah, my helmet has this thing that it's not a thing.
Yeah, the smart guy over here. I said throw yourself, not throw your helmet. Your helmet with yourself on it.
Did you ever want to be a martyr, even if you didn't need to be? Come on, do it.
I didn't realize how shitty his hair was. I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, who put this doll together?
The good guy dolls.
Yeah,
That's put together by the great people over at I can't name them.
Good Guy Corp.
No, what is the name? There is a name to the company.
Yeah, there is. Well, because isn't that what brings them back in the third one?
Yeah,
they rebrand themselves.
Yeah, so they go in and they like, oh well, we can bring it back. We can the kids now out of this, and they melt down all the parts and remake a new doll. And because the plastic is still imbued with his soul, the new doll has his soul, and it's Play Pals. Play
Thank
Pals
you.
is the name of the company.
Play Pals. When did My Buddy come out? Because I would like to know.
I don't know, because I had my buddy and I love that thing. He looked Cuban. Not
It was
really black.
it was definitely like
It was early
inspired
90s.
by yeah.
No, it was 80s. My Buddy's 80s.
Was it 80s?
Yeah.
Well, I got mine in the 90s. Or did no, I got it in the 80s, I guess. Yeah,
Because I feel like that must have been a tough sell. Right
But afterwards,
after
yeah,
Child's Play.
they had to be so okay. So
Did Child's Play come out? Child's Play came out after my buddy, right? And I think that's
did.
maybe that's what
Yeah.
ended the company.
Yep. And then they're like, "Hey, kid sister," like, "No, fuck you and your kid sister bullshit. Here's the
It's
bride
a
of
girl.
Chucky."
The boy's killing everybody.
Thanks, Jennifer Tilly, ruining fucking businesses everywhere.
Okay, so my buddy's at least in 85. And
Yeah,
It's like it's 82.
Child's
82
Play
when it
killed
started?
that.
Okay.
So they got a good 6-year window before Child's Play came along and said, "Fuck your couch."
Yeah, because well, here's the thing too. Like, if that hadn't come along, you would have just had like a ventriloquist doll, right? Like that would have been the avatar of evil, which still is, depending on who you ask. But that would have been that thing. And then like because of my buddy, it just gave them a new like no. What if it's this? And you're just like, there you go.
Yeah. And they ruined an entire business with a couple movies.
I mean, I didn't. Oh God, I feel. Was it Galoob who put out my buddy?
No, wait. Here's a
What,
question
was that
though.
Play School?
How did
Play School?
the
They're
Cabbage Patch
fine.
Kids survive this?
Well, it's not like Chucky was born in a cabbage patch. Don't
Yeah.
dumb, Kareem.
Fair enough.
Get it? Yeah, he didn't come with his own authenticated
Yeah.
adoption records. Come on, buddy.
He's just some asshole in a box.
Which my buddies were.
Yeah.
I
You
just
weren't
feel like-
legally responsible for him.
I want that to be the tagline for the second of the reboots. Child's
What
Play
was it?
2, just an asshole in a box.
box. did Andy? I mean, not Andy, but what was the name of? Is it? He had 3 names. Oh, Charles Lee Ray. Did he ever explain like why he wanted to come back alive as a kid?
Yeah, because he. So
well,
okay,
the murder's all over again.
so
Yeah, but why as a kid though? Like he died as a man, so like
he had to be transplanted into the body of the first person he revealed himself to, and that's why it had to be Andy. So because he revealed himself to
didn't he-
Andy first, yes.
But didn't he throw all that away in the third one?
There's a lot to. Yeah, it's weird.
He tried to like take over that dumbass black kid, and it was like, it felt like it just had to be any kid.
Well, no.
Oh.
So in that one, at least the reasoning there was after he had been reborn, the first person he revealed himself to was that kid. But then he still
Was it?
wanted, yeah.
No,
So
because he kills somebody before he gets to the kid, though.
but he didn't reveal, he had killed him from behind with a plastic bag in a car. It's ridiculous that I remember this stuff.
Yeah, it really is. Kid.
He actually doesn't see him because he kills him from behind, and then he gets
Wait, they have
himself
to see
mailed to Andy. Right? Yeah, he didn't see him.
But who mailed him?
What's up?
Who mailed him?
He mailed himself. He wrote on the letter and said, "Hey, have this mailed off." So he didn't get. It's like someone just said, "All right, I'll mail this out
Who did
from
he
this
send
dead
it
man's
to?
car."
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if you put like mail to somebody and you just set in the box, no one's gonna pick it up and be like, "Oh, I need to package this up and mail it."
Where'd he get postage?
He had
Yeah.
I'm guessing he said, "Hey," he's like, "Who's your assistant, by the way? Before I kill you, Janice." Cool, Janice, box this up and mail it to Andy at this boarding school, which is here.
All right. Well, how about this then? If it has to be to the first person he reveals himself to, why not do it to an adult?
Because he wasn't thinking. I have no. Because at that point, he just
Because he
wanted
goes
to
for
find
a child again.
Okay,
Well-
so his plan was at that point he's like, get me to Andy, and I'll go ahead and take over Andy's body. But then once he pops out of the package and sees that it's this kid, he's like, oh shit, like, oh well, technically you're the first person I've revealed myself to since I've been reborn, and so now.
But I'm saying, why not again? If you had the drop on the guy in the car, why not just turn into the guy in the car? He has access to a goddamn car.
Well, it's harder.
He had already killed him
Yeah.
because and two, I don't think he had thought about this is the first time. Look, it's some bullshit semantics. I'm not saying I'm the fucking writer here. I'm just saying what the logic they gave in the movie was.
Or
I
that it
will
had to be the
also
first person he
say
revealed himself to. Okay.
he is just a doll. Like if an adult were to actually get its hands, like, oh, I'm just gonna rip your legs off now. Here you go, motherfucker. Good luck.
Yeah, that doesn't stop
So-
him though. We saw that in the first one.
I know, but dealing with a kid would be a little easier get than like a
You would
full
think
grown,
so,
like,
except he successfully kills adults left and right. Like he incapacitates adults much better than he does children.
yeah, but no adult ever actually outside of the mom that one time where she just throws him. Like I don't think an adult ever gets their actual hands on him. Where like, here, I have your arm.
Well, as I'm saying, adults get their hands on him all
Done.
the time. They're constantly picking him up.
Yeah, but he always has like the knife. Like
And he's also oh, I'm just a doll. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
But also
My point is that he can incapacitate a human or an adult human. He's done it before. Like I think doesn't he slash the ankles of the barber guy or whatever? Has him crawling like.
yeah,
but he's not gonna go in that body.
Yeah, what old used up body
No.
with slashed Achilles tendons?
It's gonna
That's
bleed
a bad
out.
move there. Yeah. Why would you want to do that? You're just back to
But I'm
death.
saying he can manage to incapacitate a human. So why an
What?
adult human? Why not take the adult human versus the child, which he can't
Because-
do all the things that he wants to as an adult in the child's
Because
body.
at that point in the story, in the canon, he had already revealed himself to Andy. And that's the only because in the first movie, he tries to switch bodies and he's like, that's why it won't work. Because I'm sorry, that's probably an offensive accent there. But because of
If we knew what the
voodoo.
accent was, I'm sure whoever
Yeah,
was
I'm
going to be.
offended for I don't know what that is, but
You know, the 1980s voodoo guy. That was the because of that.
evil.
He's
and
like,
you have to be
because he got the medallion
Mhm.
and the thing. Like he needed all these different things together to be able to get his soul back out into a new body.
Right.
And then so while he's talking to his voodoo friend, I'm sorry, that's yeah. Anyways, he's talking to him. He's like, oh well, that's when he finds out it has to be the person you first reveal. You have to have the medallion. It has to be XYZ.
No, I won't tell you.
Yeah? Tell me you died, John. Your choice.
No, I'll tell you. You have to transfer your soul out of the doll into that of the first human being you revealed your true self to.
You mean the first person I let in on the fact that I was really alive? I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. The first person I let in on my little secret was a 6-year-old kid. I'm gonna be 6 years old again. Well, John, it's been fun, but I gotta go. I have a date with a 6-year-old boy. And you have a date with death. So long, John.
That's where they set forth because he does try to just switch out of his body. Like, oh, I'll just go over here, and they say, oh no, you can't. It has to be these circumstances. Eventually, by the way, you haven't got, neither of you sounds like have gotten to Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky, because they throw all that shit right the fuck out the window. It is a whole nother whole nother jam.
It was tossed out the window in the third one.
It was pushed
because Andy's still alive in the third one.
It was pushed to the window in the third one. They're like, we might have to change some of our rules. The main rule was again, as long as Andy's alive, he has to get in Andy's body. But then they said the whole thing of like, oh, I re-revealed myself. He found a loophole. It's like, oh, since my rebirth, I revealed myself to Teddy, and now I'll jump into Teddy's body. And then at that point, he's like, that's right, Chucky's gonna be a bro. And that's the movie we got.
That is the fucking tagline of the film. Like, that is like the line in the commercial. I'm gonna be a brother now. Wow, Chucky. Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Did we expect anything less of Charles Lee Ray though?
That is fair.
No.
Now
I actually expected worse.
Fair.
Yeah.
Charles Lee Ray is not a name that's going to lead to a lot of cultural
openness
sensitivity.
Yeah.
Ken, I think the issue is while you were going down the Child's Play route, Kareem and I went down the Hellraiser route, which is a different kettle of fish entirely.
They
made like 10 of those motherfuckers.
Yeah. Having never seen any of them, I'm definitely on the outs there. So I'm not.
You're not missing anything.
You're missing a lot.
I mean, same thing for the.
It's just put it this way. It's just as confusing, if not more so.
Okay.
I don't know, Ken. What are your thoughts on Pain?
Pain. How dare you use that word?
I mean, in the bedroom or like.
Yeah, see, he's there. He's already there.
Damn it, Ken. If you watch the movies, you know not to answer that question.
Made mistakes.
This is how every person in Hellraiser gets killed.
Fair enough.
They're all trying to find that fine line between pleasure and pain, and the box gives them that, and then they die.
Spoiler alert, the line is always pain.
Yes. Exquisite pain. 6 is Candyman. He's by the very nature supernatural, right? Like was he a killer before any of this?
I don't think so.
I've never seen Candyman. It's one of those ones where I saw the box.
Well, apparently he has a very Freddy Krueger-esque backstory where he was killed by townsfolk in the 19th century.
Yeah, but I don't think he was doing Krueger shit.
I mean, there's a reason why they killed him.
Was there, or was it just like he's a black dude? Let's kill him?
Racism.
Yeah, I think racism. I only read the back of the box, and I still think that was just just racism is why he died.
Did he come back killing only white people though?
I hope so. Let's be honest.
I feel like he's killed everybody.
I haven't seen. Again, I haven't seen.
It's set largely in the projects in Chicago.
Well, maybe he was killing. He's fighting gentrification. We don't know necessarily. He could have
been a long time since I've seen it.
I was gonna say he's fighting gentrification. I mean, I feel like they won though because they killed him.
I mean,
you can't fight City Hall.
I'm afraid you can't fight the townsfolk either.
Fair enough.
It's fair.
We'll have to look into him.
Yeah, it's one that apparently requires more research
and he has a final girl. I didn't realize there's a final girl in his storyline. I mean, I guess I just never acknowledged it.
I mean, they kind of like, yeah. There's a final girl.
Yeah. All right, and then we have Scream at number 7. I think we all kind of get the ghost-faced.
I mean, Scream is kind of the point where slasher films become.
Or it's when the 90s got too cute for itself.
Well, it's where they become modernized for our generation. That's like the moment. Like, okay, we're here now. We're gonna play on the tropes. We're gonna go full. We're gonna steer into the camp by steering around it and admitting it, kind of thing. Kind of acknowledging it and then playing with those tropes. And also, we're gonna try and make David Arquette a thing.
I mean, he was trying to make himself a thing too, and he fed a lot of fuel to that fire. So
yeah, I mean, he's a former WCW world champion. I get it.
Let's hate
like
the
that
game.
Came out years after Scream.
But I mean, he's quite his own hype man. Is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
I'll give him his thing. Give him his due.
You know what he's doing.
Yeah,
he knows what he did too. And also, this got him to marry to Courtney Cox, which is a real swing up for him.
I was gonna say, I feel like because of the strength of the movie that he is able to like feed his own hype. I don't think he went into this movie saying like, "Oh, this is what's gonna make me."
I mean, he knew it wasn't gonna hurt his career.
It's fair.
Well, I don't think any of them went in thinking like this is going to be the
Nev
movie that
Campbell was
became.
like, man, this is gonna be the fucking end of my career. Shit, I'll do it anyway.
Well, because again, I feel like
Wait, was that before or after the
Party of Five?
No, it's after Party of Five.
Yeah.
But is it
no before Party of Five.
Is it before Party of Five?
No.
Okay, I was making me doubt things over here. I was gonna say, is it my brain keeps saying Matt LeBlanc, but it's Matthew Perry, the Nev Campbell, Matthew Perry. Ah, God.
Oh God, what is that?
People are yelling at me right now.
Is this a movie or a show?
It's a movie. Matthew Perry. Dang it.
Matthew Perry should be in anything.
They think he's gay.
3 to Tango.
3 to Tango. Thank you.
3 to Tango.
Oh, it took me so long.
With Dylan McDermott.
Dermot Mulroney?
No.
Dermy McDills.
What year is
Again, I don't think most of these people went into this movie saying like, oh, again, this is good. This is gonna be our blockbuster. I think it just happened to be a really good movie.
I think there was some thought it would be good. It was Wes Craven. He'd had pretty consistent track record
For blockbusters?
He's
really good movies.
I like quality,
like Freddy, like, 'cause I don't think the
successful
Freddy-
horror movies. It was
I
bigger
don't think
than
the
I think.
Freddy genre was a blockbuster franchise.
It made a lot of money.
They consistently made money. Like they didn't.
Well, yeah, they weren't loser projects. I'm saying as far as Scream was, like I don't think he's ever made a movie quite as successful as Scream.
Wes Craven?
Yeah.
It's
far as broad appeal and popularity and cultural significance, like
it's tough. I mean, there's some. I don't know.
I think the Freddy stuff is all like the cult following, but
so A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, made $57 million in 1984 dollars, which I'm sure is like $1 billion.
But what was the budget for that though?
I don't know.
I think
the budget was $2 million.
Nightmare on Elm Street is
enough.
Nightmare on Elm Street is far more culturally, like that's had a bigger impact than Scream. Yeah. I mean, because you don't get Scream. Yes, you don't get Scream unless you get Freddy.
Well, no, I feel like you get Michael Myers created created Scream, not Freddy. You mean as far as like Wes Craven's like viability as a director? Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, and I mean that's one of the stepping stones to get there. So,
but what influences Scream is actually more Michael Myers and Jason than it is Freddy.
That's true as far as like the conceit of what's it, the face or the what's his name? Ghostface.
He's just also not in their dreams, so that.
But like, Wes Craven wouldn't have been in the position he was to make Scream if it wasn't for Nightmare on Elm Street. So that's why I think Nightmare on Elm Street has. Plus, I mean, Scream's had 6 movies, and Nightmare on Elm Street's had 10 plus, maybe. Like,
yeah, but how many of them do you actually remember? Like, aside from the one that Johnny Depp.
How many of the Screams do I remember? Like, I remember the first 2.
I remember the first 7.
That's more than the Friday. The Nightmare on Elm Streets, though.
No, Nightmare on Elm Streets. I
remember
Warriors.
7 of those.
I'm going to say
Dream Child.
Thank you.
Not us in this group that's talking. If you're to ask people about characters or scenes from that franchise of movies, I would argue more people know stuff from Scream than they would Nightmare on Elm Street.
You know what I think? I think the viewers should tell us now. Right down below in the comments. Be sure to hit that subscribe button.
It's just Dixon again going.
I like them both.
They should put Thanos in the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Fair enough. He beat.
He's got the Dreamstone.
There you go.
God damn it.
I think, I mean, do we have a Twitter? Can we put up a poll?
Yeah, we can.
Or an Instagram I do think that especially you do have to think about age because the viewers or listeners who are of a certain age wouldn't be exposed to Freddy as much. But I think that as far as where we are in our timeline.
True, because they did a remake of Freddy.
I said as much. So even if you go from the remake on, there's more Screams than there are.
I don't know if that's true. I think it might be 1-to-1.
You think they go back and they rewatch the originals if they're?
I think if you like horror movies, Friday the 13th comes up. I mean, they both come up a lot, but the Scream is definitely more diminishing returns. Friday the 13th, or excuse me, I keep saying Friday. I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street at least has more camp fun in it. Like Scream, it's like once you see the first 2, it's like, yeah, okay. I'm good. Like I'm just gonna watch scary movies now because it's kind of the same.
I'm not. Yeah. Again, I'm not. That wasn't my conceit. Like I agree with you guys on that. I just think if you were to ask the average person of like 35 years old or so, who would have been in that Venn diagram of both movies age wise, and asked them about scenes or things like that from those two movies.
Kareem, are you supposing that the average person on Earth is 35 years old?
No, I'm saying for this particular, for the two that fit in the diagram, being able to have seen both. Like I'm not saying ask a 20-year-old if they know about Scream or
all the 20-year-olds know about is like TikTok and Tide Pods.
But I would just say it would already skew the results because Scream is the newer one. But if you were to say someone who's seen, at least Nightmare on Elm Street 2 through whatever, if they were to pull out scenes or what's more iconic as far as like actors, characters, plots from the movies, I think more people would say stuff from Scream than they would Nightmare on Elm Street.
I think this is the time where like I wanted to have some money to throw at some type of study to be like, also because I also want to see what the age breakdowns are. I want to see like what does a 45-year-old say versus a 35-year-old, and we can also go 55 and then 25 too, just kind of get that spread. But I would.
That's tough.
Yeah, because there's definitely. I'm very curious, but it's also though is that I think horror fans do get more. What's the word I'm looking for? Research. They because they're like, oh, I love horror, and this is the window I have to go into, so they're going to go back and watch all that stuff.
Yeah,
so like, as opposed to casuals, which is like, yeah, I didn't really go back and watch that stuff.
Well, we were discussing cultural relevance, so that's the reason why I pigeonholed it in such
Nightmare on Elm Street has more cultural relevance. Just flat out. It's referenced in more things. Like I'm thinking of Rick and Morty with Scary Terry. Like they didn't do a Scream one. They did,
Yeah.
Like everybody knows Burned Dude. Sorry.
Yeah. The main reason I think of just the horror fans is because if they're going to watch Scream and then if they're going to continue down that path, they would go back and study that stuff. But now I'm very curious.
Well, let's move on to an important film. All right, guys. One that changed the cultural zeitgeist. And that is 1997's I Know What You Did Last Summer, followed by, I want to say 1998's I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Followed by, what was it, 2000's Last Summer Happened. Maybe
Summertime by Summers.
What is it with every one of these lists where they just at some point lose their fucking mind and they're just like, no, these are the 10 greatest slasher.
You can tell the age of the person writing it. Like, this person
it's still a slasher film.
But there's like, again,
sucks.
The idea that other things are not like, what about Trick or Treat or any of the more recent ones even? But I Know What You Did Last Summer feels like a bad copy of Scream. Like you're just saying like, it's like, that's the,
now,
you know what? I Know What You Did Last Summer is the Oreo.
But it was successful.
It is.
This is
how
Oreo
dare you? To the Hydrox of Scream.
Yeah, Hydrox, the original. Scream is Hydrox,
the innovator.
Yeah.
Now I will say, and I overstate, like I Know What You Did Last Summer is still a fun one.
I feel like I Know What You Did Last Summer is like the JoJo's of cookies.
But I will say,
wait.
I went to Trader Joe's.
It's more organic and it's actually
bespoke.
Yeah. I'm saying there's a pumpkin spice flavor.
It has a smaller.
Yeah, I still Know What You Did. It's smaller.
Yeah. All right. As opposed to like Jeepers Creepers has more.
Okay, get out of here with Jeepers Creepers, kid.
No, but I'm saying
I Know What You Did Last Summer is much more known than Jeepers Creepers.
There's two of the I Know What You Did Last Summers. I'd say at least
three.
4. There's 3. Is there 3?
Mm-hmm.
Are you just making a guess, or you're gonna put your money down?
I'm looking up right now.
I will say.
Okay, then I'm gonna go Jeepers Creepers then.
The reason I Know What You Did Last Summer is more well known, and the reason it pops up on these lists is because of the age people are writing it, and because of the star power of those people at the time. I Know What You Did Last Summer had like the hottest hot teen actors that were really like 27 to 30.
That's what I'm saying, but I mean that it was even though it was a shitty movie, it was still well received and did well.
Yeah. Oh, it's still a fun little romp of murder and mayhem. Ryan Phillippe plays like the most abusive piece of shit you could ever think of.
Yeah.
It's got a Big Bang tie-in, what's his name?
I'll always Know What You Did Last Summer.
So you've all heard the story, right? About what happens on July 4th?
Whoa, Amber, you want to freak everyone out?
What are you guys talking about?
The fisherman. Every 4th of July, he sharpens up his hook, runs wild.
They were the best of friends until something went horribly wrong.
The secret dies with us. Say it.
Secret dies with us.
Secret dies with us.
Secret dies with us.
They
Wow. Yeah, there's 3.
Who is-
However, there are 4 Jeepers Creepers. So
Does anybody know any after the second one?
yeah, Jeepers Creepers 3. They made it easy. It's just 3.
What was it called?
Jeepers Creepers 3.
And what was Jeepers Creepers 4 called?
Reborn.
Oh,
Ooh,
Jesus
but
Christ.
you always see the point where they have to,
Yeah, they're like,
we
okay.
gotta-
Let's freshen this shit up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
we call it 4, nobody's showing up. So Jeepers Creepers 2, fucking hilarious.
I think that was the better of the entire.
Like, 100%.
franchise. That
Just
was the
when
best
he's
one.
like winking at motherfuckers. Oh, so good.
Yeah, and you get your casual racism going on.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, they are a basketball team in the middle of Indiana or whatever the fuck. So
Fair enough. You think that would have been hashed out before this killing stuff happened?
nope. Always got to happen in the corn, man.
I'll always watch. Wow, 2006. They're like, no. 8 years after the last one. That's
what I said.
the-
I'll
that's
always
that
know.
sweet spot. He's
And
always
I,
know.
and I think the 9/11 ones we just never forgot this summer.
Never.
That's the memorial edition.
Yeah. I'll always remember. Never forget.
Who is the main actor? Is it just like a bunch of nobodies? And I'll always know what you did last summer.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me
I can't imagine any of the good names came back. Like,
No.
I don't know. Freddie Prinze needs the work.
Yeah, I was gonna say Freddie Prinze could have came back as like the
No, fuck
cautionary-
you guys. Freddie Prinze Jr. is fucking Kanan the Jedi. He is awesome, and you shut your damn mouths. He is awesome.
He's a washed up actor.
How
Fuck you if you disagree with me. Straight up, this is information, not affirmation time.
dare you? He is
and he
also
had-
Freddy from the Scooby Doo franchise.
Which
He
is
has
also washed
had-
up.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself if you disagree.
He's
I'll
also
tell you right now,
a writer
none of-
for WWE. He
none of
is
these-
prolific and amazing, and you will put some respect on your name.
none
He
of these
has
names
definitely
are
pivoted his career.
have done anything past this movie.
God, they
This
couldn't
may-
even get
this may have been
Amanda
the pinnacle.
Bynes.
Dog, you're just mad the franchise isn't aging with you.
Damn.
No,
Well, I mean, that's I don't blame her for that.
they literally have
Smart move
5
on
white
her
guys
part.
Uh,
that look exactly the same in this movie.
I'm not going to argue that either. I just think you should put a little respect when you say his name.
Look, man, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. Freddie Prinze. Now it's just a thing. It's only because Ken is fighting back.
He's
I'm sure
a
you're a nice
Jedi.
guy.
He's so awesome. I named my cat after him. Okay,
You
He's
named
a-
your
You named
cat
your
Freddie
character
Prinze Jr.?
Prince?
after Kanan Jarrus, the Jedi from
So you
Star
named him
Wars
after a
Rebels.
character that he played.
Yeah.
You know what? Tomato,
That he
tomato.
voiced.
You didn't have the balls name of Freddie Prinze.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You were actually embarrassed of that name, weren't you?
You didn't call him
Say
Geller's
it.
boy.
Say it.
Geller's boy.
Geller's.
Well,
We know-
at least we
we
know
know
that
where's
that's
the
Well, you know what?
Actually.
Now it's very clear that Freddie will not be on this podcast, but he may be on Comic Banter.
Fuck you guys.
Freddie, please.
He
We're
might
welcome
come on
to-
to
That's
defend
fair.
himself.
Yeah.
Hey, Freddie Prinze, I challenge you to debate your career.
We should have a,
Don't be a
conversation.
coward.
We'll have him come on. He can have a conversation with Ice-T. So you mean to tell me you made more of these shitty movies?
Easy though, right? So
Oh man.
I'd watch that.
I can't.
would.
So wait. Okay. So yeah. None of the characters from. Wait. I take that back. Ben Willis, the fisherman. Oh, but it's not even the same actor.
No, that's what I'm saying. Nobody came back from the. Ben Willis, the fisherman, is just he's adjacent. Like he's a body.
Yeah. He's just the fisherman. Oh, that is ridiculous.
Did they
couldn't e-
re-murder him?
You mean from the third one or from the second one?
Yeah, like, why is he after these kids?
Yeah. Are they even related? Like the character names aren't even the same. It's not like oh, Julie James and then Jessica James, her sister. Like, oh, I'm gonna get your sister too.
Just like,
I mean,
she's blonde. It's close enough.
I think the logic.
You also hit me with a car.
The logic
Stop
in his.
running me over.
I was gonna say the logic in his idea or in his like philosophy of killing doesn't make sense anyway. Like they didn't kill him.
Oh my god.
I mean, they did leave him for dead.
Well, they
So
left him
best
for dead after he murdered somebody.
Yeah, I was gonna say at best he should leave them for dead and not actually kill them, and not kill any random people.
Oh my God, that would be a way better movie. If he had just got them so close to death, they're bleeding. I was like, but I'm not going to finish it. I'm like Batman, and just walked away.
You know,
no murders on my conscience.
You know, what would have been even more awesome is as he's walking away, someone's like, "Someone should help these kids." Damn it!
Oh man.
Now I got to get you close to death and walk away.
Because I'm like, you gotta also wonder, like, not only did he kill somebody, they hit him, left him for dead. He comes back to try and kill them, avenge them for some weird vision of his, but he kills so many other random people that had nothing to do with this. I'm like, what is your justification for those
There was
deaths?
a TV series? Why?
Because
hot young actors.
I guess.
You
I mean,
could
there was
just
there was a Scream TV series too, so I don't know.
Don't make anything a TV series on a long enough timeline.
I mean,
like art.
It's a slasher. Like you can just keep. It's really just a direct channel of hot, sexy young people getting killed.
Yeah.
I mean, you've just described the CW, so I guess that's fair enough.
Yeah, except they don't get killed though. They keep leaving and coming back.
Sometimes they get killed.
Okay, so
it depends on the property.
Yeah.
Like they get a new movie and they got to go.
Yeah. And then I mean, so I'm sorry to move on, but then we have Wrong Turn at number 9.
Does that count as a slasher?
It's
feel
on
like
this
Hillbilly-
list. This is where like these lists always get to a point where they're like,
murder.
Well, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre is hillbilly murder too, but it's
holy
one
shit,
guy.
there's 6 Wrong Turn movies. Are you
Yeah, no,
kidding?
that was one of those that sci-fi got their hands on and just kept like, let's do one more.
They got a
and
license
one
to it,
more.
and it was like,
Another one.
thank you, DJ Khaled.
Happy to help.
That is, I thought, wow. I was surprised that I knew what you did last summer had 3, and this has got 6. But you're right. If it goes the sci-fi route of just like of like it's the
I'm sure they're gonna check these hillbillies in a tornado and call it another movie.
Think about how cheap it is. Like you just need a patch of dirt and a shack, and you have your setting. So
yeah, I mean that's very fair, but it's still just really surprising at times like that it's so devoid. Oh, wow, it like at least Tremors. I don't know. I love Tremors, and that movie's that series has gone on longer. It's a little long in the tooth, but like
a little.
No, it's just begging for a refresh.
It is
didn't Kevin Bacon come back for one of the like newest ones?
Yeah, for the TV show that only went like 1 episode, I think.
Yeah,
did we talk about this?
Yeah, no, we talked about it in the chat. I was excited to watch that, but
what did we? Oh god,
what happened to Tremors TV?
I feel like
it really only had, like Ken said, it had like the 1 episode or maybe 2, and then it was off the air.
I feel like I've talked about this on a podcast though somewhere already. I feel like
that's because you're all over the place.
That's true.
Podcast tour.
Yeah, I'm just giving it away for free anytime they want it.
Let me tell you about squarespace.com.
Have you tried Casper mattresses? I've never had a better night's sleep than on a Casper mattress.
Oh, O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. Auto parts.
Head over to casper.com/tangential to try your Casper mattress now.
Man, that's a tough spell.
Yeah, we're not even spelling it for you. Just figure it out. Figure it out for yourself.
Because Giant was already taken. That's the problem.
I think the new one is Hims, right? Is that the new product they're on podcast? You want to save your hair? Get some Hims.
I wouldn't know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Why would I talk about Hims? I wear a baseball cap all the time out of other reasons.
And that's why I never talk about Roman.
Oh,
just out of respect.
Boner pills. They're boner pills, Ken.
Yeah, no, I know, but I saw their ad the other day, and for some reason, I really didn't understand. Like, my brain did not register. Well, because the
because all the blood's flowing to your penis.
It was Get Roman, but for some reason, my thing was like Get Tom or Geo Tom. What am I? My brain didn't process Get Roman properly, so it's like Get Toman. Getoman? What's Getoman?
Ghetto?
Yeah, I'm like, you're a moron. What letters are you not reading?
Told you all the blood flew somewhere else.
Just straight out the door.
I mean, you just need to read the name and you get a boner. That's how good the pill is.
Yeah.
I don't know why we just gave him free advertising here.
We'll invoice them. It will invoice them. It's fine.
If you head over
They're gonna be
to
like, we're not gonna pay any of this.
head over to getroman.com/tgpod, you can try your first sample today.
We're just throwing out the sponsors.
I mean,
left
sure,
and right.
try it.
We'll charge them later.
I'm sure it'll work. They'll give you a discount. They don't care.
Look,
Exactly.
little behind the scene things. I do believe half the time those discount codes, you can type in anything, it's going to work. Like, hey, whatever
yeah.
discount code you use in 2019, just take out the 19, put 21. Guess what, guys?
Oh yeah,
It's going to work.
it's all part of the marketing budget. We have this certain amount to give out for free.
Yeah.
We'll just give people. We'll let them brand it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All behind the scenes. But yeah,
So
I don't think
after-
these guys count as slashers really. I mean, I guess
Having never seen Wrong Turn, I don't know if there's actually a character that's there for. I mean, does Daniel Turn show up every time and he's the killer?
I mean,
it's
it's
Elijah
a
Dushku, right?
family of cannibals. No, she's just like the last girl.
No, I'm saying she's the titular,
yeah, I
Turn?
think she's in part 1.
not the turn.
She's Miss Turn.
Daniela Turn.
And then, but yeah, it's a family.
Rena
Like,
Turn.
what was the other one that was like around Area 51? That was also
Hills Have Eyes.
Hills Have Eyes. There we go. That's what this is.
And yet not on this list. And followed, by the way, again, definitely with the whole like the age of the writer is the last one is Happy Death Day, which I'm like, just like 4 years ago, Happy Death Day is one of the greatest slasher movie examples.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the one. It's Groundhog Day, but
Yeah. For
it's the
murder movies.
yeah, where it's her birthday, but she keeps getting killed on it, and she's like,
She
"Oh,
wakes
no."
back up.
She wakes back up, and she's like, if I can catch the murderer, I can survive and go on to the next day.
Mommy, I got the head so get into taking drugs. I'm in the habits.
You scared me.
Hey, you're up.
Look, I know this isn't gonna make any sense.
Stop global warming?
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
You sneaky little biatch. Happy birthday.
I've already lived through this day. Somebody's gonna kill me tonight. So you can hear now.
Is everything okay?
And then it doesn't. It's Groundhog Day, but with murder. And then
I feel like that doesn't count
there's a
as a
sequel.
slasher.
Yeah.
It does because there's like a baby face thing.
No, it is, but it's like the list is. How does that make the list?
Yeah, that
How does Wrong Turn make the list?
Wrong Turn.
I
And
feel
I'm
like
sorry,
Wrong
but
Turn is just Texas
And
Chainsaw
which one?
Massacre with more killers.
right. But it's like it's not. That's what I'm saying. Like especially greatest of all time. That's where troubles come here. Like this list is questionable once again.
I mean, I will take a Rob Zombie Halloween over Wrong Turn.
Yeah, but I mean, that's fine. I'm not gonna fight you on that because I'm not gonna fight.
I wasn't a fan of the
I'm
Rob
not
Zombie
fighting for
series.
Wrong Turn on any of this.
I mean,
unless I get a chance to meet Daniela Turn, maybe then I'd be okay.
Who is this Daniela Turner you keep mentioning?
she's the lead of Wrong Turn. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
She was the wrong one.
She was the Wrong Turn.
They needed
She's
to
the-
kill
she-
Daniel
I was
Turn.
gonna say she flipped the script on him. She started killing them.
Yeah. Now
That's
she
the
just
wrong
kills
one.
cannibal hillbillies. She's a
Not a
serial
big loss
killer
there.
of
But that's
serial killers.
That's the other thing in these killer hillbilly ones is where stuff like this where they have the wrong turn. It's like none of these people have family members that care about them after they're dead. I feel like they would find these hillbillies pretty quickly.
It's also the time frame. Like when in the original
This
Texas
is in the
Chainsaw-
90s.
I mean, Wrong Turn is in 2003, so even more so because at some point
Yeah.
you think they. But I mean, we don't. There's still rural parts of America that are just like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
if
know how
your
many people
family
go
member goes
missing in that-
missing,
But you know how many people go missing in national parks? Like,
And-
no, man, you can still disappear.
yeah,
It-
but they don't go by them. It isn't like I went hiking by myself and now my lone family is fine. It's like 5 people went missing. That were like I'm sure if 3 of us went missing, our significant others plus their family members would come looking for this group.
And
It isn't
they
like Ken
and
went
then-
missing 20 years ago, and then Pat went missing 35 years ago, and their separate families are trying to find. Like these 3 guys went missing all together. It's a collective group to like, hey, let's find out where the fuck they went.
I mean, that's fair, but I mean, it's the Rust Belt. Like it's not only where dreams go to die, it's also where people go.
Yeah. The American highway system is just littered with bodies, man. And the national parks, like you can disappear still.
I mean, oh god, the way to be current, but damn, like,
Yeah. I mean, it's true.
What do you mean you could go missing though, and be current?
People disappear in the national parks every year and are just gone.
Not found.
Yeah. You got some deep diving to do on this, Kareem.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
You're definitely, you're going to be a little like, maybe we won't go to the Everglades. Maybe we're going to pass on that. Thanks. No thanks, Yosemite.
Okay.
I mean, well, the thing in Kareem's favor, though, is because he is microchipped by Bill Gates himself.
Yeah.
As part of the Microsoft team, he does have is low jack
vaccine.
I do too, but I mean, I don't work for Microsoft.
You do now.
I mean, I am a drone for Microsoft, but they're not paying me. That's.
They pay you in Microsoft points.
Oh yeah, I get my Ultimate Game Pass.
Yeah,
I don't. I have to pay for it. It's very
10% off
when you go to Xbox/TGPod.
Nice recovery.
Try it. Who knows?
Yeah, I wouldn't put the Happy Death Day on this one either.
It's fine. I'm less troubled by that than I am.
Wrong turn.
Really?
Yeah.
I know what you did last summer. At least has a killer that isn't just like.
That's true.
Oh man, we're hungry backwater stereotypes.
But again, isn't that just what Texas Chainsaw Massacre was?
Yeah, that's the point though.
But
It's just a repeat of the.
Yeah. And it did it with pizzazz.
It was the classy one.
There's
You know
a
the difference between
chainsaw.
between the two of them? Showmanship.
Damn right.
He had a flair for the killing.
Exactly. I mean, at that point, you're just going to put what is the Wax Museum movie with
House of Wax.
House of Wax. There you go.
One Paris Hilton.
There you
And
go.
Elisha Cuthbert.
Yeah, Elisha, that's the one that's
I don't know
why
why
I bought
Pat
my
went
ticket.
Paris Hilton.
I mean,
Who's
that's memorable.
who's the biggest name in that movie?
Elisha Cuthbert.
No, it's Paris Hilton.
Elisha Cuthbert was a big
girl-
name. She was
the girl from
big after-
24 and
Yeah,
from
exactly.
the Girl Next Door.
Yeah.
Hello.
The girl from the sex tape.
And Happy Endings eventually.
Hold on.
'cause
When
this
did
was
the
before.
sex tape come out? Was it before or after this?
It was before. Come on.
Well, hold on.
There's no way she's getting a movie before the sex tape. Calm down.
Are you talking about the movie, The Sex Tape, or what are you talking about?
No, he's talking about Paris Hilton's sex tape in her popularity.
Oh, Paris Hilton. I thought I was still on Elisha Cuthbert. I apologize.
I still think Elijah Cuthbert was the bigger name.
I
don't think that's true in the slightest. Going to be honest.
I think this.
Well, I feel like this was like the Drew Barrymore and Neff Campbell thing, though.
So what you're saying is that Drew Barrymore is the bigger name, but Nev Campbell's what people showed up for.
Yeah.
People.
So are we back on stunt casting as far as Drew Barrymore?
Well, because Paris Hilton gets. I mean, she's
stunt
is the
casting.
final girl.
Right, and but then we're saying that Paris Hilton's just stunt casting. She's there,
Yeah.
right? And so it's like she has more name recognition, but the quality of acting is coming from Eliza Cuthbert.
Yeah, but the biggest, my argument, and maybe that's the biggest celebrity in terms of just celebrity in that movie is Paris Hilton, and it's not close.
Again, you keep saying not close. I think it's.
You forget how famous Paris Hilton was at the height of her fame in that mid 2000s.
Yeah, she unfortunately was a household name due to TV shows, tapes, and tapes
and paparazzi. Elisha Cuthbert was that lady. Was the woman that got stuck with a coyote.
Yeah, and also her name is Hilton. Like she has a chain of.
No, her father does.
But I mean, once they put a bullet in his head, she's next in line.
I actually don't think she is.
No, her
She's
sister
probably
actually
not.
was.
I have no idea. I'm just like
she gets shit. That's why she had to become a DJ in Las Vegas.
I mean, she's still. I don't think she's hurting for money. I don't think.
No.
So I mean, she's doing just fine.
Yeah, but when we're talking about her hurting for money, we're talking about her popularity.
But her popularity, I think, is like that's the. I mean, this is a matter of perceived name recognition versus
actual name recognition.
Well, quality of acting. Because I mean, I think Eliza Cuthbert. I mean, she's definitely she was the better actor in that movie. But I definitely think that a fair amount of people are like, "Oh, it's the Paris Hilton movie."
Yeah,
I don't think they called it the Paris Hilton movie though.
I think I can't go down this road with you yet again. So I think I have to see the
Kareem, I love you. We love you, buddy. It was definitely the Paris Hilton movie. Like she was in that at like the height of the mid 2000s.
I'm gonna check out the trailer real quick to just even see if they mention, like, if they show her in it.
Oh yeah,
No, you're right. No,
sure
you're right.
do.
They probably don't show Paris Hilton in the trailer. You're probably right.
I'm checking.
Okay.
I think we need to build up our social media presence so that we can on the fly hit our fan base with polls.
Yeah, we need
because we need to know which has more cultural significance and also what your age is, so that we can run the data.
Sounds creepy when you say that.
Yeah, doesn't it though? Okay, so just which has more cultural significance?
What's your height? What's your age? How do you smell?
Yeah, just essentially everything you'd ask in a security question. Like,
Yeah, what's the name of your first cat or pet?
Is it Caden? Because he's awesome.
No, it's Freddie Prinze. It's Freddie Prinze.
Okay,
it's Freddie Prinze the third.
The third. Oh,
fancy cat.
Classy.
Just keep recycling that name.
Come, Frederick. I mean,
are you watching the? Are we
actually
just
watching
overlay
the trailer
right now?
I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, just I'll put it up in this podcast as well, just to like see, because again, I'm watching this and they're showing. I mean, so far they're showing Elijah Cuthbert more, but we'll talk about that later.
So I put it in House of Wax promotions. The very first thing
1953 one.
No, the very first thing that shows up is a Screen Rant article. House of Wax: How Paris Hilton Shaped the Movie's Viral. I'll just share the article.
Okay.
That's the silence is peak podcasting.
It is. We're doing it. We're doing it well. That's how you know. That's how you know we're near the end.
Promos of the 2005 movie stated "See Paris Die."
Oh.
That is.
Well, there you go. I guess you guys are right.
It is 100. I mean, this is not, once again, Elijah Cuthbert's a better actress, and I don't know, like much better. But Paris Hilton, that's like the height of her fame. Like, there's no one more famous in the world at that moment outside of like maybe post meltdown Britney. I don't remember the timeline exactly, but like
when did I mean? I was gonna say we are way off the topic of Halloween candy, but when did Britney have her meltdown?
It's just, I'm not gonna lie, everything from like 2004 to 2009 kind of all bleeds together. But House of Wax, yeah, that was Paris Hilton. Like, watch.
I mean, she does get second billing, but
yeah, and it probably was a fist fight for her not to get first.
Probably.
2007 was the meltdown, so this is 2 years. This is 2 years before the meltdown.
Yeah, I mean, this is like.
So this is the. I mean, you're right. Like at this point, it would be a hard sell to see which. You know, I would say that she's probably taking some of Britney's glory at this point, and that's what spawns the breakdown.
I think that's what it is.
She's no longer the household name that now is held by Paris Hilton and her purses and her tapes.
It's not the okay.
Hey, I got there.
All right, you do it. That's fine. That's fine. Paris Hilton is responsible for Britney Spears' breakdown, the conservatorship, and everything that's happened in her life. Thanks, Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
One
more thing to lay at the feet of Paris Hilton.
world's greatest villain, Paris Hilton.
That's hot.
Darkseid, Thanos, Lex Luthor.
Were there any
Paris
other
Hilton.
movies that she was like headlining?
Yep, that's 4, 3, 2, 1. You got it. No, I don't even. She was in something else, right?
She's been in a couple. Like she was in the OC.
She's in others. Well, she showed up on that show, right?
Right. But she also had her show, the Sweet Life. No, that's Zach and Cody.
Something like
Simple Life.
Simple Life. Thank you.
All right.
The Sweet Life with Paris Hilton.
I feel like that's just the name of the porno. The sex tape.
The Hottie and the Naughty, a romantic comedy in which Hilton starred in 2008.
Yeah, I remember that.
But that's also 3 years after
House of Wax.
So you've got
Carl's Jr. Paris Hilton commercial.
What year was those?
What year was that?
Was she was on Snakes on a Plane?
This is such an odd tangent from Halloween candy. Like we started.
I don't see the problem.
Okay. To be honest, though, I think when we started this podcast this time, we didn't mention candy at all. We just went.
This is very much. Well, no, this is a Space Jam scenario. That's the date. We have a type, And that type is a Space Jam scenario,
Yeah.
where we're planning to talk about one thing, and because of the pre-show, it
I feel like
it
we're
bleeds
start
in.
warning our audience. This is a Space Jam scenario.
I mean, we
This-
just
just keep
call
repeating it. This is a Space Jam
Space Jam
scenario.
Call it Ken hates LeBron too. A Space Jam scenario.
We're just